I'm joining Jean Nel, who will look forward to a good few runners on Friday. First up in race 1 will be Rock of Futura. Now this fellow is having his very first start, and he's a gelding by Futura.
Good morning, Nadine. One of the late bloomers. Probably still needs a little bit of time. Definitely going to need the experience, Nadine. In a 12, but it'll be on the sharp side for him. His horse is going to go ground, but we've got to start him somewhere, and this is as good a place as any.
Got to get that education. We move to race 3, where the yard have 3 entries, and Henry's Hedge last time out ran a good third in what's turned out to be a very strong form line, with all of the winner, the second horse and the fourth horse coming out to win their very next starts. Global Speak will be making his local debut. He relocates from the Western Cape and does have scope for improvement. And Pardon Me, well, wow, he caught us on the way to start last time out. He ran accordingly, and he ran his career best so far, finishing in 4th.
Nadine, Pardon Me, yes. Eventually showed what he's been showing at home. Louis nice and strong and got the best out of him on the day, and he's still learning. You know, he's still a very immature 5-year-old. 2000, I probably think it should suit him more. We hope so. He's got a neat draw, so he'll be there for nothing. Hopefully, he could run into the first 4 again. Yeah. Global Speak, Nadine, we've had him a little bit. He doesn't show too much at home. Probably going to opt to drop him out and see if he'll run on and try and learn a little bit more about him. And then Henry's Hedge, Nadine, working well at home. I was quite disappointed in his last run, but you know, if you go and watch a race, I think it's one of those runs where the speed on the poly track just caught him out completely. Hopefully he rectifies things this time around. Chad did opt to ride Jacques also, so that should tell you quite a bit. Garden Sun, but I'm bullish.
Must admit, I think it's going to be a little bit more open than that. A lot of respect for Garden Sun and for Chad's choice, but Henry's Hedge, even Pardon Me, who's better off 3 kilos at the weights to Garden Sun for a 3-length beating, could be quite interesting. We'll move on, and in race 5, Anatolian Silva is back in action off a 5.5-month break. Now, his form prior to the break was fair.
Nadine, yeah, he ran a very, very nice race his last start, but unfortunately he pulled up a little bit sore. We actually sent him to the farm. He rested for 2 months. He's come back. He's as fit as I can have him at home. You know, in all likelihood, probably going to need the run. But as I said, I've got him as fit as we can have him, and he could possibly, if he doesn't need it too much, he could run into the first 4.
In race 6, we'll see Lvida Loca. Now, she dictated to leave the maidens last time out, having her first start for the yard.
Yeah, she did, and she won quite a nice race on the day. Nadine, it was quite a clever ride by Chad. 1600 this time on the grass. She working well at home, and I do think she's come on a little bit from what I saw previous to her shedding her maiden tag. I haven't been able to find the ideal race for her, and this is probably the best I could find out of 5 or 6 I've entered in, and neat draw, gets a little bit of 6 allowance. First run at the maidens, you never know, but on work I think she could run into the money here.
We move to race 7. The gallant Evie's first will be in action. Now, he's got some decent stats over course and distance.
Yeah, he does. Old soldier, Nadine. He's doing well at home. First time Chad's going to get a leg over him. We cliff top, you know, when I saw him go to the start last time, I knew everybody was in trouble. But on the grass suits us a bit more, and hopefully he puts his best foot forward.
And closing for the yard in race 8 will be King Sailor. Now, he'll be racing freshened up.
Nadine, yeah, after his last start, I actually spelled him for a couple of weeks, and he's come back looking good. He had a haircut because he was a bit woolly, but working nicely at home. His best form seems to be on the poly, but nicer place to start him again after a little break, and hoping for the best.
Let's hope he puts his best foot forward off the back of a break.